Now, for the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, Nigeria's 2023 general elections will not be business as usual. The commission says it will use new technology to strengthen the electoral process and inspire public confidence in the poll. It says issues like falsification of votes and number of accredited voters, result mutilation, among others, would be things of the past. In fact, it says voters will be able to monitor results online. Great development, you might say, but what does it all mean for you? Just Nigeria's Edo and Ondo has some explanations.
There is no going back on the deployment of the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS.
Chairman of Nigeria's Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, reiterating the Commission's stance on two newly introduced technologies. The bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS, and INEC result viewing portal, IREV, have been making headlines, with loads of speculation on the deployment and workings of the two technologies. So much so that Professor Mahmoud Yakubu had to allay some of these fears.
There is no going back on the transmission of results on the INEC result viewing portal in real time on election day.
But what exactly is BVAS and IREV, and what role are both going to play in the 2023 elections and future polls? Let's start with the bimodal voter accreditation system, BVAS for short. BVAS is an electronic device designed to read permanent voter cards, PVCs, and cross-check names on the voters' register. After verifying these details, it then authenticates voters through their fingerprints or facial recognition. In the past, INEC used incident forms for accreditation of voters, but the process was not foolproof. Unaccredited voters, as well as voters without their original PVCs, would not be allowed to vote with BVAS. The BVAS machines also have inbuilt cameras to capture and upload results from polling units to the INEC result viewing portal, IREV. So, what is IREV? The INEC result viewing portal is a standalone website where Nigerians can view polling unit results in real time as voting ends on election day. This standalone portal is not the same as the official INEC server where results are transmitted. IREV does not also constitute electronic collation of results, as this will still be done manually. To access the portal, simply go to www.inecelectionresults.ng/login on your browser and follow the instructions. In a nutshell, BVAS and IREV were introduced to ensure free, fair, and credible elections in Nigeria. But the role of the electorate in the deployment of these technologies cannot be overemphasized. So, how sensitized are Nigerians about BVAS and IREV?
I've not heard about any of them before.
It's a system that is in place, so we eliminate fake voters and underage voters. That's my understanding. I don't know if that is about all.
Yes, I know about BVAS and IREVs because they have been used in Ekiti State and Ondo State, and perfect.
The BVAS is a tool or a device with which INEC can do facial recognition, thumbprint checks and all of that to basically speed up the process of voting.
Past elections in Nigeria have been marred by rigging, ballot snatching and widespread violence. These irregularities have over time impacted voter confidence, sometimes leading to poor voter turnout. But do average Nigerians think that BVAS and IREV would be effective in restoring this lost confidence?
Personally, I don't have hope in elections being credible in Nigeria.
If we get it right, it should help the election, because the idea of having fake voters and underage voters will have been eliminated.
Surely, I believe it will work for us in the next election.
With such portals, it is easy for everyone to log in and see the results.
While the 2023 general elections are less than 100 days away, it remains to be seen if BVAS and IREV would indeed change the game for good.
Now let's flip to the other side of this conversation. Now, while the innovations mentioned in the report you just saw might possibly address concerns of the electorate about the credibility of the polls, there are concerns about how they will be deployed. In our next package, we get some experts to discuss matters arising.
With the measures we have put in place, that it will be difficult for people who buy up permanent voters' cards to get to the polling units. That too, it will be difficult for those engaged in identity theft to break into the cordon that has been erected by the beavers and then vote in any election.
Every voter is supposed to have unique biometrics, unique fingerprints, unique facial attributes. So what that means is that the voter has to be physically there.
That same device called beavers will be used to capture, scan, or photograph the Form EC8A, that is the result at the polling unit. It is used to scan, photograph, or capture that result and send to our electronic result transmission system. Now, the IREV is a public face of this system.
The beavers is supposed to be able to transmit results directly from the polling units down to the e-collation point. So in that transit, there are cybersecurity risks. So you'd like to find out what is INEC doing to ensure that they mitigate or prevent any sort of interception while in transit or manipulation.
When you finish the accreditation, for instance, and you have maybe 100 people in a polling station that are accredited to vote, and some kind of commotion happens, and then the man that activates that machine is taken away, and then resurfaces after and says, this 90 voted for a particular party that will be in that system. What happens?
You can't build a house if you don't erect a gate to that house. It means that you are susceptible to a lot of vulnerabilities. We have seen this, and we've done a lot to ensure that these systems cannot be manipulated.
Look at the voters register that will be the preliminary voters register that will be displayed. Let Nigerians assist us and identify those who are not supposed to be on that particular register, so that we can make our register robust, so that we can engage in further cleanup of the voters register.